Hey, it's Frybot. This is my cheat sheet for Friday, October 26th. Alright, it's Friday. We've got only 2 of these left, including today before Election Day. So we get down to the last couple reports from President Obama's re-election odds. Mitt Romney head-to-head if the national popular vote were held today. So let's get into it. Right now, President Obama's approval rating, same this week as it was last week, an average of 49%. A 49% approval rating within 2 weeks from the election, historically for an incumbent, gives them about a 68% chance of winning re-election. Now this is turning out to be no average re-election bid by the president. Because if the election were held today, let's take a look at the head-to-head polls. All right, if you average out the head-to-head polls, the real clear average, you show Mitt Romney, as I record this, up 47.9 to 47%. When I use history to go ahead and put in undecided voters on a percentage basis the way they typically turn out for a challenger challenging an incumbent president, here's what we get. Without third-party consideration, the national popular vote, if the election were held today, Mitt Romney would win 51.7 to 48.3 for President Obama. When you throw third-party consideration into the mix, and Gary Johnson, former Republican governor, independent, libertarian, that is the biggest third-party challenger. I think he takes 2/3 of the of 1.5% of what I think the third-party vote will be nationally. That sounds like a lot of numbers, but it's okay. I'll break it down here. Mitt Romney would win the election with third-party consideration, with 50.6% of the national popular vote to 47.9 for President Obama. And these margins here are good enough to likely give Romney the edge he would need in several swing states to be able to win the election outright. Now, on Election Day itself, I will go through and project all of the states, give you a final electoral vote count based upon applying undecided voters historically, where we are with the data at that point. But right now, Mitt Romney is in position to win this election, despite President Obama historically having the odds in his favor with where he is right now. That tells you that people are identifying with Mitt Romney and voting for him, not just pledging support to vote against Obama. Big difference between the two, Mitt Romney and John McCain from the 2008 election. All right, today is GDP Day, and this is going to be a very telling situation. I think this is Econ 1.1, or maybe 1.5. All right, we have seen decelerating growth throughout the course of 2012. At the end of the year last year, fourth quarter, we had 3% growth. Then it went down to just over 2% growth in the first quarter. Then we ended up seeing 1.3% growth most recently in the second quarter. So for the third quarter, where are we? Things get better? Absolutely not. You have Wall Street economists with an average growth rate of 1.8%. I think they're way off. My range is 1.1 to 1.5. I see no scenario. I cannot make numbers go higher than 1.5% growth for the economy and the quarter we just concluded. So I think the average Wall Street economist, as they have been all year, too optimistic and way off base. Here's the reality. Even though I had the 1.1 to 1.5 range that I came up with, I believe we're a lot closer to the 1.1 than not. So I would not be surprised if we didn't see even further decline in the overall growth from that 1.3 number that we got last quarter. Here's the bigger problem. That puts us at imminent risk of recession. Not rhetorically, statistically and historically. That's the big concern. And then you throw in what Apple and Amazon are telling us about the economy. I can't even begin to tell you the last time that Apple and Amazon both missed on their earnings expectations, let alone on the same day after the close of trading yesterday. I mean, look, there are some stories there. Sales are still up nicely at both companies, but earnings came in way light. Heck, Amazon lost money. And then Apple, their expectations going forward, they slashed by 28%. Still projecting growth again over the first quarter, or the same quarter of last year. But I mean, you see the ramping down of expectations, the missing of earnings reports, even by the two best-of-breed retailers in the world, and Apple and Amazon. If they can't get out of the way of the economy right now, there ain't any way in hell the average company is. And that takes me to the final thing today. Planned layoffs. Planned layoffs right now are at a 2.5-year high. That means that not since the beginning of 2010 have we seen so many people set aside by companies that they are intending to lay off by the end of the year. Obviously not great news. And this gets back to what I was telling you earlier in the week, which everything I'm seeing in earnings, everything I'm seeing in the economy, make yourself valuable. Very important right now. All right, that's a cheat sheet for today. enjoy yours, and the weekend for that matter. We'll see you on Monday.